Hello, and welcome back to the rambling mess that is my videos. Today I've been wanting to talk about a topic that's been going over and over in my head the past week. And it's a religious character in the Bible that really started making me plot out something that might show people who are in the religious faith that their book is not actually the word of God like they say it is. It's actually a derivative of many other books written by humans, not actual gods or any in particular God. But the Christian Bible and the Jewish Bible, the Torah specifically, they both mention a character called Lilith. Lilith is mentioned once in the Christian Bible in Isaiah, and she's mentioned 4 times in the Torah. Immediately, you should see that there's a problem there. The Christian Bible took out some of the stories, and the Torah is even missing some. She was retconned out of the Bible, pretty much. And when I first heard about her, it was because of exorcist movies, TV shows that involve demons, stuff of that nature. And whenever they wanted to invoke a name of a demon, they would say Lilith. And at that time, both of my parents regularly went to church. So I got to ask both a Catholic and a Baptist church what was Lilith. And both of them told me that it's the right hand of Satan, the first demon that the devil ever made. And at first I thought, okay, yeah, that'd be a very intimidating demon. But then I learned, she was taken out, and I started looking into it. She is not the right hand of Satan, first demon he created. That's a lie spread by the church. She was actually Adam's first wife, created from the same pile of dust that he was. And they were made as equals, and Lilith wanted to keep it that way. Well, both God and Adam wanted her to be subservient to man. Woman, female should be subservient to male. That's what they want. She wanted equality. World's worst feminist, everyone. But she would not settle for being chained by Adam. So she, being a woman, men having more physical strength, women having more mental strength, she knew something Adam didn't. She knew the name of God. And that knowledge apparently gives you the ability to fucking fly. And by the way, that would be great evidence for God. If someone came up to me, hey, I know God's name, and it gives me the power to fly, I'd be all like, do it. Yahweh, fly off like Superman. Okay, I'm going to church. But apparently, knowing the name of God gives you the ability to fly. And she left the Garden of Eden. God cursed her so that 100 of her children would die every day. And God decided, okay, I'm going to make a female that is subservient to man. And in doing so, he either, depends on which translation you go by, he either plucked the rib out of Adam or waited for him to go to sleep and removed it. And poof, made Eve. By the way, isn't magic supposed to be witchcraft, invoking magics that aren't supposed to be natural? What the fuck is God? It's supernatural. It's not supposed to. Poof. That makes no fucking sense. But, so, ding. Eve is made. Now, I haven't been able to find the exact line that says this, but I believe that Eve is actually the serpent that snuck into the garden. Snuck back. The reason I believe this is women can be very vengeful. So can men, but in particularly women are very vengeful. Notice that the serpent went and focused on Eve, told Eve to eat the apple, and did not approach Adam, probably because Adam would have recognized her. So convinces Eve to eat the apple. Bam, humanity is cursed forever because of her vengeance. Not just that, but the serpent described in the story of Adam and Eve does not match the one in the book of Revelations. The serpent in the book of Adam and Eve is described with feminine features. Some depictions of her are even with a half-female, half-snake appearance. In Revelations, Satan is referred to that old serpent Satan with 7 heads and 10 horns. That doesn't sound like the snake that was in the garden. This proves that this whole video proves that the Christian Bible can't be the actual word of God. It's been retconned too many times. And for those of you, I know plenty of you probably know what retconning is if you like my pictures and stuff in the background. You know what a retcon is, but for those who don't, retconning is when someone retells a story but changes a little fact. I will use Batman as an example. He has over 50 years of continuity, all of the stories he's done, from Bane breaking his bat to meeting Ra's al Ghul, dealing with the Court of Owls, dealing with the Joker over and over and over and over again, dealing with Two-Face, the Riddler, all of these stories, decades and decades of stories. Well, when the New 52 happened, they wanted to retell old characters. Well, you can't just get rid of all of that history. That is who Batman is. So they decided, oh, okay, well, all those decades happened in the span of 5 years. And everyone was all like, no, that's not acceptable. No one is going to accept that happened. And then they said, okay, well, it happened in 10 years. After a little bit, they changed it to 10. And even now, people are all like, no, that doesn't work. And so I believe they stretched it to 20. And people are all like, all right, that is actually believable. So they fixed the retcons so that Batman has been working for that long. And each of the Robins, each 4 of them, got 5 years of training. That is not the actual history of Batman. Batman has so much more history, so many more comics you could read, but a retcon changes the history of what's going on so the stories can continue and be relevant to the next generation. The Bible was the last attempt before they realized, oh shit, we keep retconning this. We're trying to make this we want this to be a historical document, but there is no facts in this book. To be honest, there's no facts in any of it. And Lilith is a perfect example of this. A character who would have made a lot of sense in this whole story, but she was retconned out. I've had this topic rolling around in my head for about a week, trying to make little connections and see how important this character is. And to the bot, like, most Christians do not know about this character. I've asked my dad, he's a Christian, and no fucking clue who Lilith is. I've asked people at work, they have no clue who Lilith is. And it's an extremely important character. It, all right, and another thing just popped into my head. This is my thing with videos. I ramble, I forget stuff. But one other reason why I think that it was Lilith in the garden was the fact that in Job, Lucifer is asking God to, make that bet with him, and he's still in heaven. When God comes down and tells Job, I'll grant you twice of everything that you were given, plus better of what I won't give you twice of, which, by the way, does not make up for all the bullshit Job went through. But when God went down, Lucifer was at his right hand, not crawling on the ground and having 100 of his children killed on him like God ordered. Another part of that curse was he was to crawl on the ground on his belly for the rest of his days. That's not what Lucifer was doing. Lucifer was at the right hand of God during this book, which obviously happened after Adam and Eve ate the fruit. So, yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. I want to keep making solo content, and I want to keep doing unboxings. I'd like to know what content you guys would want.